Hi, today we are going to talk about something very different. It's about movies. Movies have played a big part in my life, and I've been a big movie buff. And I've seen a lot of Oscars over the years, and every time when I come across a unique movie, it's always interesting to see what the creator has to offer in that movie. So today we are going to talk about Everywhere, Everything, All at Once. It can very well be my life title in a way. Depending on where you are in life, you can relate to this movie or you cannot. That's why you see polarizing reviews online. Some people can relate to it. For them, it's a great movie. And people who can't relate to them, they can't understand why this movie has won an Oscar. So I do personally believe that different movies connect with you at different levels. Some movies will make you laugh, some movies will make you angry, and some movies will make you think. And there are different genres of movie, and this is a movie which I could connect pretty close to me. One of the interesting things that was quoted in the movie is be kind, especially when you don't know what's going on. All of us are trying to figure out why our life is in a certain way and often are lost finding the purpose of life. Whether I have done this, whether I have done that, what if I have done this in a certain way, or what if I have tried it in some other way, that would have had a different outcome in my life. Now we are always questioning ourselves whether we are doing the right thing, and if you have done certain thing in a certain way, that would have had a different outcome. This is a very close topic to me because this is something I could relate when Saranya was sick, because I was constantly questioning myself, what if she hasn't gone into that surgery? What if I haven't taken her to treatment in Thailand? So this is something, I could relate from the movie. And every decision you make in your life will lead to a certain path. This runs in the back of the movie. I think this movie is this is a multiverse movie, but it's not like a Spider-Man movie where 3 Spider-Mans are gonna appear from different universe. This is a different sort of multiverse movie, and every decision she makes leads to a different timeline, but she doesn't live in any of those timelines because they are all in a different universe, parallel universe, you could say. But the timeline, but the movie revolves on the universe currently she is in, which is the actual timeline based on the decision that she has made. And this movie revolves around a family, mom and a dad. The mother is trying to prove that she isn't a failure to her dad, and trying hard to prove herself to others as well. When you try so hard in your life, you also miss some of the things in your life, and you don't appreciate certain things that happens in front of your eyes because you are focused on one thing, providing food on the table or keeping this family running. So this mother is in a similar state. She's doing everything, and her daughter choice of has got a different choice of partner in her life, and her husband is very supportive, but she still is like an horse which runs in one direction, and always trying to get to the point and trying to survive the day. This is also very something I could relate to myself in the movie, where she talks about, towards the end, she talks about, I could be anywhere in the world, but I chose to be with you in this moment. And this is very true for me as well, because I could send Karthik to my parents and then hand over the responsibilities to them, and then I can go and do whatever I want to do. But I decide to be with Karthik, I I know that if I don't do that, I will feel guilty all my life. Though I miss out all the fun that I could have by giving Karthik or leaving Karthik with my parents, that's not really important for me in my life, and I don't regret that part. I would regret if Karthik is not with me. From a tax filing to cooking, she's everywhere in this movie. And I am someone who goes through all of this, be it tax filing, cooking, cleaning, laundry. This goes on and on and on. It never stops to a point where I do feel exhausted at some point, and I wouldn't be nice to Karthik at certain times, because for me, I have to do all this chores so that I can be ready for the next day. But Karthik doesn't understand all of this. Karthik, what he wants is my time to play with him or take him out. Though he understands some things, he cannot understand everything. And this movie talks about a lot of nice things, and that's why I think, depending on where you are in your life, you are either able to connect with this movie or you don't connect with this movie. And I've also been in a position where I was not the brightest in the family, and I was not the wisest as well. And so it's always like proving myself to my mother or to my grandfather especially, who always thought I'm useless somehow. But I did prove all of them wrong. But then you're constantly trying to prove to everyone you are better than all others in your family, to a point where it's exhausting as well, and that leaves you with a trauma as well. So, but now I've come to the point, I don't have to prove to anybody. I'm happy with where I am and what I have achieved. And I don't listen to people who say, now you shouldn't be doing that, you should be doing this, you should be focusing on Karthik. I have a life and I have certain ambitions, and I wanna achieve those things. I am not gonna give up for Karthik or for anybody. I'm gonna keep trying, but will I do the same mistakes that I have done in the past? I wouldn't be doing it. But I would take and be a bit more cautious on what I want to do, and not take wild risk as I used to take. So conclusion to all the single parent, don't think that you can provide everything to your child by yourself. On a long run, you're going to exhaust yourself, and it also means that you have to sacrifice some of your ambitions for the kid. I'm sure you can pretty well support your kid and raise them to be a fine person, but having both the parents means that they can learn from two different people. There are some qualities they can learn from the other parent as well. And this is something she talks about in the movie, about her husband, where he says, I have been the wildfire, I've been the outcast, I've been the crazy one. But there has been a solid figure in the family who's the father, where he was calm and composed and, and kind. And so the daughter also learned certain things from the kid. A I mean, I really enjoyed the movie. It took me through an emotional roller coaster where I laughed and Karthik laughed, and there were some funny scenes, and it's a multiverse sci-fi movie, and it was very funny. But then it talks about certain things that you would encounter with your kids as they grow up. As they grow up, and their choice and their life path might be different to what you thought was normal. So, what you thought is not normal. So you got to understand their views as well and be supportive to their decisions. I'm still learning about parenting, and that movie was really good, and I really liked it. I think I'm gonna watch it again. I really need to understand this movie a bit more in detail and see, yeah, it is a great movie. I would say you should watch it and enjoy the movie. Thank you. Peace.